Hello, my name is Usman Dirijama. I am a Djibouti student from University of Karatekin in Master. I am in international relation on politics science. So I am here today to present a project that my professor gave me. The project is Analysis of Climate Change Negotiation between 1995 and 2002. My project will be composed from a introduction on three main parts and finally by a conclusion. Now I will start the first one. It was the introduction. Okay, the formation of the environmental regime involved a different stage, international regime or social institute that combine step of principle, norm, role, and procedure, and program to govern this activation of actor in specific area. They generally follow a two-stage convection protocol approach. First, the parties sign a broad framework agreement with agree principal in a problem area. Under this approach, the negotiation move from not binding to binding text, from broad to specific usage, from scientific to policy discussion, on from diagnostic to formula step. Even if party adopt the protocol, they continue to negotiation addition protocol on amendment or other reality clauses due to the introduction of new uses, interesting party affirmation, scientific evidence on policing technology from several more years. The last example from this approach is the Rio Convention or United States Framework Convention on Climate Change on the Kyoto Protocol on Climate Change. Seven of the most successful were the Vienna Convention on the Montreal Protocol on ozone depleting in the first part of the article. The research focus in the source on effect of global warming, the contract to the negotiation on the ozone regime, the European Union has become a leader in the negotiation on the climate change regime. It was pushed from a strong global environmental regime with theme of global warming. In addition, the European Union country demanded specific treatment for developing and alert developing country by presenting additional technology and finance social. After finishing my the first one introduction, I will jump straight to the first part on this project. The first part is the climate and change science, cause and consequence. In this section, the science of climate change is briefly described. The term the global warming is not used become it sometime misleading. Global warming cannot gradual meaning temperature relate on uniform. Climate change is rapid, negative and occur with inverse effect on human social and ecosystem. Climate change has been part of human and natural historic science, the beginning of life on Earth. However, human addiction climate change is the extraordinary warming of the Earth from a increased concentration from anthropogenic greenhouse gases and some lab pair this phenomenon global climate description. The carbon dioxide CO can be naturally absorbed by a forest on soil on skid. A skid is any process activity on a mechanism that removing at from the atmosphere. The skid often refer to the absorption on atmospheric carbon by a forest. The effects of global warming are summarized by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change established by the United States the General Assembly in December 1988. It ratified it 1091 countries, including the United States, call from stabilization of emission and concentration in the atmosphere at in a level that would prevent active interference with the climate system. The second assessment report states that if the simulated model prediction is correct, the global average temperature will increase by 1 to 3.5 degrees Celsius. Adverse effect of agriculture. Possible, the threat to ocean on freshwater, fish transmission or factors, etc. Beyond environmental issue for all participation in the negotiation, climate change is also a development equity on moral issue from developing country. Developing country believe that it is the responsibility of industrialized country to pay back to ecology thereby reduction GHG emission. Fundamentally, developing countries have demanded fixed economy growth on poverty eradication on the RH reduction. And in a second part, I will see the climate change history on negotiation, climate, and diplomacy. The NAS help 5 section to the negotiation from framework convention to be signed in June 1992 and the Union State Conference in Environmental and Development. Member state and small island state favorite and strong regime which turn on after several late 9 section was seen by over 115 states on the last day on the 8th summer in Rio de Janeiro in 1992. Representative from 100 to 100 country preside the Berlin mandate in which industrialized country agreed to reduction their emission by setting specific targets which certain years should or 2005, 2010, and 2020. And to assist a developer country which committed to voluntary emission reduction. At a corporate to more than 100 countries signed the Geneva Declaration which called for a legally binding protocol with target. The most important editions are the date on event. The 1979 First World Climate Conference. 1995 is the first conference of the party of the UNFC, the copper one, accepting the negotiation of legally binding targets on timetable to Berlin, Monday, Germany. In 1996, the second meeting of the Copper 2 in Geneva, in Switzerland. In 1997, the Kyoto Protocol was signed on the third meeting from the COP3 developing country commit to reduction their emission by average about 5% on 1990, 11 over the 5 years period 2008 and 2020, 2011. An envisaged flexibility mechanism includes emission trading from completion or not commitment for developing country. The Kyoto in Japan. The 1998 is the fourth meeting for the COP4 signed the Buenos Area Plan of Action, Buenos Aires, in Argentina. The 1999 is the fifth meeting for the COP5 in Germany. In 2000, the day 2000 is the sixth meeting from the COP6, the large Netherlands. 2001, the President George W. Bush announced this withdrawal from the Kyoto Protocol. In 2001 is COP6 Biz meeting from Germany. 2001 is 7 meeting from COP7 Marrakesh to Morocco. And 2002 18 meeting from the COP8 New Delhi in India. The post the Kyoto negotiation process was development to resolving the operation on implementation detail of the Kyoto Protocol. In November in 1998, the COP4 meet to negotiation the orchestrating use of the Kyoto Protocol. Buenos Aires in Argentine, party agreed on a work plan to negotiation, while for the key element of the protocol at COP5 held in Bonn in November 1999, negotiators sought to bring the treaty into force by 2002 for Rio plus 2 plus 10, the 10th anniversary of the Earth Summer. Party meet in The Hague from COP6 in the hope of smoothing out of three-way deal between its USA and European Union on the development of the country in November 2000. In March 2001, the President George W. Bush announced his decision to withdraw from the Kyoto Protocol because it was fatally flawed and argued that it would hurt the US economy and be unlikely to be ratified. But the Senate, the Corporate 7 has held in Marrakesh, Morocco in October and November 2001, with new momentum in the air around many of the participants from state declaration to environment. When the umbrella rejoined the consensus of the last 2 days of the negotiation, the Marrakesh Accord were formulated at COP7. The agreement outlined detailed specifically for many institutionally on administrative accept to the flexibility mechanism. In November 2002, 4,300 participation gathered from the corporate meeting in New Delhi, in India. The Delhi Declaration forward for the sort of perspective in which developing and poverty addiction become the cornerstone of developing country participation in the Kyoto Protocol by 6 June 2003. The Kyoto Protocol had been signed by 84 countries and effectively ratified by 58 countries, accounting from 43.9% of the GSG emitted by industrialized country in 1990 is entry into force on 16 February 2005 with a directive of 193 countries. And now it is the last part, the major actor, the United States, US, and on European Union. The first Bush administration in 1992 to prevent explicit target on timetable in the Rio Convention. The Clinton administration support the focus on committed approach to the goal of establishing emission on 1990, 11 by 2000. During stage, the Bush administration pursued a tough negotiation strategy and ever openly rejected the Kyoto Protocol in March 2001, shortly after the inauguration of its presidency. Bush's goal is to slow the growth of emission through domestic and voluntary action, right that to reduce them through international cooperation. The mandate the Clinton administration not to sign any agreement unless developing country adopt a reduction tightness missionary President Clinton declared and building charge. The European community in contract to the Azon regime has slowed to take a leadership role and reduction. In 1997, the European Union, the only supranational entity, proposed the most political target from reducing the European Union emission to the three main It also proposed a strong target and 50% reduction emission below 1998, 11 by 2010. The European Union adopted a tripartite approach in which each country focusing primarily on this our measure in policy and economy sector across an European Union aiming at a substantial reduction to emission. The Kyoto Protocol sent an 80% reduction target from the European Union. And finally, we will see the conclusion. Uh, the COP 12 in Montreal officially launched the post-Kyoto climate change negotiation in 2005. It adopted the framework protocol approach for future post-Kyoto agreement covering the period after 2011. Lesson learning from the Kyoto Protocol approach suggests that negotiation part can adopt a twin-track approach by negotiation two and more separate protocol in parallel. The post the Kyoto negotiation are expecting to rebuild consensus, knowledge revolving issue of redistribution context issue. The 2008 Copenhagen meeting, which resulted in the Copenhagen Accord, was an important turning point in the climate change negotiation. So I hope you understand. I wish you a good day. File it with happiness and joy. Goodbye.